So if you're about to look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stocks that I'm looking at for next week, and that's going to be the week of July 16th. So kicking off with Shopify, we're moving in this upward channel right here. Right now we see at the top, all we're looking at is just the bounces off of the trend lines, trend line support, trend line resistance. Right now we're hitting that trend line resistance, started moving back down during the day. RSI also popped over, bought real quick. Not that we need some extra verification for that. We're just trading the range and seeing that, we made our next higher high. We're starting to look like we're going to pull it back to make it lower low. All right, we got two options here. First one is to just come down to a smaller time frame and see what we're dealing with. All right, we do have a little gap right here that also acts as a support from before, resistance turned to support. All right, so we can look for a gap fill if we continue to break down further. All right, we closed today at the low, which was 68.42. We set an alert for 68.42. All right, 68.41. Let me know that we're making a new low. That way I can look at catching this for a continued move down back to at least closing the gap or to test the opening price from Thursday. All right. I'm going to slide over to Citigroup. Banks had earnings this week. Citigroup did beat earnings, but they ended up ultimately dropping the day as the day went on. All right, bouncing off of this trend line resistance, funny enough. All right, so looking at Citigroup, big bearish engulfing off of earnings, looking to see if we can bring that down further to touch this. Not so interested in trading that particular move as much as I'm interested more so in catching the bounce back up. So you can take it both ways. We do have support right there, which is why I'm not super interested and trying to take that down and grab this last little 50 cents, especially on a Monday. 50-cent move isn't really going to do much for me. But when we come down here, we can take a trade. So I'm going to set an alert right here on this trend line I drew. Of course, drawing lines is arbitrary based on the person creating them. But about this 44.50 area is where I want to get an alert. I'll even go to 44.75 just so I can know that it has come down. When I can look for a bounce back up right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that alert based on the price of 44.75. Moving right along, got XLP. All right, XLP. See, we have a triangle forming on the daily. We have that trend line support, horizontal resistance up above. All right, looking for a continuation move up. All right, what this means is that we have been making those higher lows. We're looking to continue that, still moving up here. Drop down to a smaller time frame and just see where the resistance levels are at a little bit on the intraday. So ideally, we want to get over this resistance to where we can start moving up a little higher here. Drop that down. All right. And we see that we also have that trend line support coming in on that smaller time frame as well. All right, for this one, I'm gonna actually get a little more sniperish. All right, so I'm gonna set an alert for this trend line as well because I want to grab that on the pullback. It could break out. We have very close resistance, so I'll come back and check that, and we'll set an alert for that as well, seeing how we interact with that level. Are we smashing through? Break, close, retest? What are we getting there? Otherwise, taking the opportunity on a pullback or potential gap down to about this 74, we'll call it 74, at least 74.10 area for the alert to go off. That way we're gapping back down, testing trend line, also going to be testing this resistance as potential support. And that'll create opportunity to buy in off the pullback and then play the bigger time frame move, which is headed up as well. Next, we got Disney. So Disney, another one that is making a little triangle pattern here. Right now, we're seeing we have that demand on the daily holding up, and even closer, we have that level on the daily as well. So same one where it's coming back down. Not really interested in trying to catch this little move down as much as I want to see which way we break out of this. All right, so right now we've been tightening. I want to take advantage of that expansion that comes after the contraction that we've been having. And so we can see as well that with Disney, we've also been trading inside of this range here. All right, so this is Friday, this is the 20th of June. We're approaching the 20th of July, and we've been trading inside of this range for the past 2 or 3 weeks. All right, so looking for whichever way we break out of that, we'll be breaking over this trend line or resistance to this side, or breaking down from here. Setting alerts on both. This might be something that triggers later on in the week, but nevertheless, an opportunity to catch a breakout, which will likely continue into the next leg of whichever way Disney is going to go. They do have earnings coming up in August. All right, so that also might play a factor in a bigger move, but trying to see whichever way we break out, not going to jump the gun too early. And then the last one is Dillard's. Dillard's rejected. All right, bam, easy rejection. Came through, broke this low. But we did hammer today off of a smooth, real close to that even number of 310. Nice hammer up. So looking for a potential reversal here on a break above that hammer. The high is 319.75. I want to see us push over that. I'll give it 320, and then come back and just see if we can hold over that high, or if we start treating that high from today as a resistance, or if we're going to break through it, come back and treat it as support. So those are 5 stocks I'm looking at. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments, and y'all make some money. I'm out.